Hi, this is Mike from The Substream, and this is the special Love Connection, Movie Nerd Love Connection edition of Watch This Instead for the week ending le 12 of November. That's the 12th of November in the language of love, which is also known as French. It's cold outside, and what better way to warm up than with the lovin' squeezins of that babe or dude babe that you have your movie nerd eye on. But it's hard out there for a movie nerd to make a love connection. I know, we're not the most suavest people. Love's not easy for us. We love movies too much. So that's why you need the movie nerd love doctor, that's me, to diagnose your condition, which is condition needs loving, and prescribe the medicine, and the medicine is you do what I tell you to do, and you will get loving. So the brothers Strauss, they're really talented effects guys that did the effects on a bunch of movies like The Nutty Professor and some scenes from Titanic and Volcano. And then they started directing and they made a bunch of music videos for bands like A Perfect Circle and Disturbed and Stained and Nickelback. And then they made one of the worst genre movies of all time in Alien vs. Predator Requiem. And their newest release, Skyline, opens today. And the surprising thing is that it really stinks, which I guess isn't that surprising at all. They did this thing, the brothers Strauss, where they spent a little bit of money, like $50K, shooting the movie itself inside a condo with actors like Donald Faison from Scrubs. And what they went and did afterwards is spend $10 million doing a bunch of digital effects that they added into this $50,000 movie that they shot. And it looks, unfortunately, like a movie that they shot for $50,000 inside a condo and then added $10 million worth of special effects to. The special effects are great. They're really talented effects guys. It's just that everything else, like the performances and the script and the story and the lighting and the camera work and the set deck inside the condo and the fact that we're inside a condo for that long and editing and performances, that's the problem. Whoever they paid $50K to ripped them off, because you could buy a really nice Hyundai for that much. So if you have any taste at all, if you are alive and have eyes and a brain that works, don't go see it, because you won't enjoy it. Even if you think, oh, they're just ragging on it, they don't understand, it's gonna be a fun effects B movie. It's not. It's not a good effects B movie. It's terribly made. It's really bad. It's worse than Alien vs. Predator Requiem. So many people went and saw AVP 2 that it made like $150 million. And it's terrible, and everybody knows it's terrible, but everybody went anyways because it was gonna be a good B movie. So don't let that happen with Skyline. So what you do, shun the crew of bros or brosophines that you usually hang out with on the weekend, your chucklehead, blockhead, knucklehead friends, and kids don't phone anymore. Facebook up that super cute movie nerd sweetie or man sweetie and tweet them to go to a movie with you, something instead of Skyline. One of my favorite movies of the year, Gareth Edwards' Monsters. It, like Skyline, is made by a special effects genius who took a very small amount of money and went and shot a bunch of footage and then composited it in Monsters later, except Monsters by Gareth Edwards is made by somebody that actually cares about everything in the movie that's not the monsters. You know, that flabby bit that is just attached to the effects shots, the thing that's not the effects that is like performance and authenticity of place and story and plot and costumes and different locations and stuff. You know, all the stuff that's not a monster going, nah. Monsters is the first really romantic monster movie. It's not a big, scary, tear your flesh open effects thing, although there are some cool effects in it. It's really more of just a cool, laid back, kind of rough around the edges, super charming road movie with a guy and a girl that are falling in love in the infected zone of monsters. And it's really, really good. It's the first effects movie with monsters that you could invite a date to and not feel shame that you should be feeling if you invited a date to something like Skyline. Because if you invite a date to something like Skyline, it won't work. That person will be like, why would you invite me to this crappy movie? So call a date, go to see Monsters, guy or girl, and enjoy it, and just be like, this is so cool. Yeah, this is really cool. Do you want to make out? Maybe later. Okay, what time? How about 9:30? What time is it now? 8:45. So in 45 minutes, then you want to make out. Let's do it, see you there. And then you get your attention back on the movie, because it's great.